Brothers and sisters, America's fall is right here. Right? America's fall is right here. And see, you don't have to have a PhD or an MA or a DD. And Isaiah, the prophet, says you got to be aware of these documents of divinity. Because DD means dog. See, it's talking about preachers, talking about world leaders, greedy dogs that never get enough. You see, he's whooping us. And I'm putting myself in it. But although I don't belong in it, but I'm going in it. To those that are comfortable, that are in it. See, I was foolish too. Never had nothing. Like I said, all day long, I stuck my hands out to a disobedient people that was lovers of the enemy. So now, my brothers, in the case we see back in the lynching days, Mississippi, the government's agents spend a lot of time of trying to find the lynch body to show that he had been lynched. It had been easier to find the murders than a dead body, according to the paper. That is all you and I have to go by. See, the government knows the lynchers, but since finding lynchers, according to the paper, they have turned lynchers over to their judge of their own native states in court, and they will be free, as all of the other lynchers of our people have been free. So the lynchers, they can live right next door, down the street, up the alley, but they are not brought in. They go to their own native courts, and the lynchers is free. The judge look at these lynchers with a big smile. And you know what he would say? You ought to kill all of them. See, we have come to a point where we must find justice for ourselves or commit suicide. You see, what good is your life, my brothers and sisters, if we had no protection today? See, if I was a black woman and my man was such cowards that they would try and defend me and the children I produce, I would get a shotgun and kill myself. See, this thing had come to a point of expulsion. See, I'm your brother. See, your hurt is my hurt. See, it doesn't make any difference with me what religion you are, as long as you are a black man or a member of the darker people. You and I are brothers. Your hurt is my hurt. How many years have you been frightened? Keep your mouth shut. Don't say that. It's not time. When's going to get time for you to speak up for yourself? You cannot blame the government for not giving you anything when you are not asking for anything. The only thing that you are pleading for is a job. Is it true that John Hawkins, the slave trader of our people, brought you and me here for just the purpose of working for the white man? He didn't bring you here to make you, the white man, equal. It is certainly evidence by now that it was never intended that you be a full citizen, owner, or office holder in America. Your role was that of a slave. Today, even though for 400 years have elapsed, that's intense underlying your role in American body of politics. How patented a sight many of us make as we boast of our education and our attainment, of our measure of our economic growth. See, all these things are illusion. When rightly reviewed, education had been designed by the oppressors with the scientific of intent of keeping you in certitude. Your economic growth had been achieved by an installment buyer, which is now clearly shown to be the bagger rope about the neck of the black man. Our oppressor owns and control everything. We have nothing. What then is the base of our vowed and foolish pride? See, something must be wrong upstairs. I ask you, how in the name of common sense can we be satisfied with our role of servitude as the helpless victims of injustice? If we have simple intelligence and love for our fellow man, we must sound the alarm. Let the world know we are not satisfied. We must shake off the dead, dumb, and blind shackles that have beset us from generation and move towards unity of our kind. This is truth. The truth hurts. I will speak it or die. I'm not afraid to die for truth indeed. I did not take this mission to try to save my life. I took the mission to fulfill truth even at the cost of death. We must unite at all costs. Once unite, we must stand fully packed as a wall against injustice. If your brother does not want to unite with you, then you must teach him, coerce him, urge him, persuade him by all methods available until he realizes that he too must give his all on the altar of justice. For what if 10 million of us die in the process? The remaining 7 million of us will enjoy freedom, justice, and equality. Allah is significant for all our needs. This is why I do not have to beg from the oppressor or march on the capital with my hat in my hand. For how can I, on one hand, preach the doom of the oppressor system, and then with the other hand, ask of the oppressors? See, Allah is our God. We are His blessed. He has given all the world to us if we will but first give our all to Him. I met with Allah as Moses met with Jehovah. Allah has revealed the truth into me. It is up to you to believe it or let it alone. But this does not negate the fact that I know the end of it all. I know tomorrow. I will be happy to tell it to you if you will believe it. I want you to know that the oppressor are exerting every effort to prevent you and me from uniting. They do not want to unite nickel. They do not want the Islamic so-called nickel. They know that Islam freed the black man for fear. As a result, it set their oppressor teeth on edge. The power of Islam is best seen when compared to the failure of Christianity. First, Christianity has failed you because it was the religion which first placed you in slavery. Secondly, Christianity has failed you because through its doctrines of turning the other cheek, it has rendered you incapable of defending yourself in the very hour. Thirdly, Christianity has failed you because it has called you to forsake the pursuit of justice in this world and the pursuit of an illusory and non-existent justice beyond the grave. Now, my beloved, you are faced with the same problem that beset Moses and the children of Israel during the era of Egyptian captivity. Pharaoh did not want Moses to preach the religion of Jehovah in Egypt because Pharaoh knew such preaching would bring a damnation to his wicked kingdom. So it is that they are oppressor. They not want you to hear the gospel of the black man. They know that this gospel will one day be their undoing. Pharaoh did not want Moses to call the Jews to the wall to wine at sundown. He knew that once the Jews was united in the name of the religion of their fathers, they will no longer abide in slavery. Pharaoh did not want Moses to teach the gospel of justice on the side of the grave. He knew that once the Jews determined in their hearts to seek justice here, and now they will rise up and demand a place in the sun. So then it is with us, our oppressor, are determined to keep our eyes in the sky while they control the lands under our feet. They are determined to blow us down in an unpractical ethic of turning the other cheek, the better that they may smack our cheeks and rob our pockets. We must not be deceived by the rush towards integration that had become the theme of the past few years, just as the Romans were. Beware of the slave master bearing integration. Why I ask you after 400 years of murder, rape, and slavery, did the oppressor now come in waving the olive branch of integration? Is it that they really love us? Is it that they are sincerely sorry for their sins and seek restitution? If they love us, then why was there no evidence of this love in the hearts of their forefathers when they sold our fathers like cattle on the block? If they are really seeking, then why do they not offer some measure of restitution, an area of this country we can call home, to the sons and daughters? They are not come to this hour because they love us, nor integration is a sign that they are sorry for their sins. The blunt fact is their oppressor see fire coming. They see the handwriting on the wall and know what it means. They'll have you believe that the days ahead hold glory for the Christian world. My beloved, I, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, must teach if it kills me, and who will die, whether denied, tell you this. I know tomorrow. I know the end of it all. Tomorrow is not heaven for the Christian world. See, tomorrow is hell for this Christian world. You have a blind spot because you had not come to the religion of your people. Instead, you are weeping and mourning over the death of Jesus 2,000 years ago. You are going insane over the preaching of Jesus' life and death. Yet you don't weep, mourn, and go insane over the rape, lynching of your own people in your own time. It is a modern disgrace to see you shouting and having spasm in church over the mistaken notion that God gave his only son to save the Christian world. What a shame. What fool God will give his only son to save the devil? What fool people will give their all in vain hope that the devil could change his horns and lay down his pitchfork? The religion that brought us to the brink of destruction is the way of the oppressors. It's not our faith. It's not natural to us. Even more, the oppressor cannot follow the very religion he would teach us. I have no alternative to tell you that there is no life beyond the grave. There is no justice in the street. Bye bye. Immorality is now here. We are the blessed of God. We must assure every means to protect ourselves. The message I bring is not for the cowards. Those of you who follow me must be ready to withstand the birth of insults of those who come to investigate. The pride and claim their ultimate aim is to undermine the American way of life. We have no such intentions. Our critics know it. There is nothing on the rug about what I say and teach. It is showered over the air and newspaper and on the street corners. Why then should you be intimidated by those who seek only to throw fear in your heart and know what we say is right? How ironic it is that the very people who charge us with disturbance to status quo themselves, going around raping, lynching, denying citizens the right to vote, taking the whole Congress to call you and me and everything from a beast to a mortal entity. Yet they unite with their own kind. They give aid and comfort to their own kind. They're bringing their common enemies to nothing. When, then, is it so wrong that you and I unite for the same man? If you listen well, you can hear the scream of a nigger in Tallahassee as she violently begged her four right adductors to leave her virtue intact. If you listen a little longer, you can hear the plea in Milwaukee Black Mud as she begged police to free her 6 and 7-year-old daughters from a right abductor who held them captive and took the carnal liberty with them for over an hour. These acts of carnage must come to an end. To that end, I suggest the following. First, we must discipline our women. If any of them are so blind as to consort with their oppressors, then we must take counsel amongst ourselves and with her. We must assure every pressure at our command until she will return to a state of loyalty to her own. Much of the defection amongst women scheme from the fact that they have been cordial to follow their oppressor styles when it comes to hair, dress, and clothing. These are the baggage to sins, cause man to yearn and be happy. If we study the custom and transitions of Islamic countries, we will see the proper manner of dress. These are the rules we must lay down and enforce if our women are to receive the respect due them. Of course, it must be realized that their oppressor seeks out our women to debase them. There is no will, love, and affection in his heart for them or us. She but become the tool of his pleasure, the object of his succor. Secondly, we must realize the difference between integration and separation. To integrate with evil is to be destroyed with evil. What we want indeed is justice for us, is to be set apart. We want and must insist upon an area in this land that we can call so we can hold our head with pride and dignity without the continual harassments and indignity of the oppressors. Thirdly, we must realize that the black man in Africa is our brother, and our central responsibility is with the black man here in the wilderness of North America. For us to spend our energy pleading for the cause of Africa is like the blind man pleading that his fellow blind man be given eyes while he continue to stumble in darkness. The solution to all of these problems lies in a clear-cut understanding of the truth. I have come to bring you that truth. Now I spell it out so that even the children amongst you may know the nature of tomorrow. First of all, you must know the truth about God and the devil. We, the black man, are a God. Our oppressor, whoever they may be, are the devils. Their nature is evil. They are incapable of doing good. Secondly, I must tell you the truth about the day of judgment. You have been taught that one day the dead in God shall rise again. You have taken that to mean that people will get up from the graveyard and walk about. See, that is so much nonsense. Properly read, the resurrection means that we, the black man of North America, will rise from a mental death. Realize who we are. Discover who God is. Name the devil from the beast that he is. And like Joseph goes on to become master in a land wherein once you was a slave. The dawn of a new day. America, burdened and trying to protect herself from an attacking nation of the world, is tremendous. One that she will not be able to carry. Therefore, she must succumb to the powerful forces that are coming against her. The fall nation makes way for another, as the earth continues, all nations and their civilization are limited upon it, except the original nations, which takes on renewals and changes. Though in appearance, America seems steadfast. She is moving towards an ultimate end. One great problem to be solved in the fall of America is the liberation of the so-called American Negro, the lost and found people, original black nations of the earth. They have been here for 4 centuries, mistreated and brought into a state of corruption and shame. They now are being helped, although they are as blind mentally as someone is physically. And all of the preparation of divine supreme being and the nation of righteousness to remove the enemy of God and the righteous from the earth. The poor so-called American Negro cannot see it. In the South, we saw Reverend Martin King Jr., a graduate of theologically, as I'm told, on his knees, begging the divinely condemned people, the right race, for brotherhood. You, the so-called Negro, are too spiritually and mentally blind to see. Your heart is too hard against receiving the truth, and your ears are too thoroughly close to the truth that God Allah has said. The right race is a race of devils now. The right race is a race of devils now, and created to be destroyed. This is truth, is verified in the Bible and Holy Quran. Hundreds and thousands of preachers tremble at the thought of even accepting the truth and wish to take the followers into this fall of white America. This is the problem to be solved. And if it's to be solved, then how shall it be solved? And what is the best method to use and the solution? It must be a solution that touch not only the enemies, but those who cleave to him while defiling the wrath of Almighty God, Allah. It is incupid. Said the Holy Quran that Allah gives life to this mentally dead so-called Negro. It's also made in the Bible where Ezekiel declared in his vision that all of the dry bones was resurrected. This does not refer so much to the word, because the word has no effect on the resurrection. It literally took something more effective than a word. The wind that the prophet was to prophesy to represent war, which will eventually bring harm and suffering to rebellious rejectors of the truth. Starvation must come to the so-called Negro. Everyone's eyes should be open. Time of the ending of this world is now, and not yet to come, as you so foolishly think. Study your own Bible. It is there. The end is predicted and hint in many places. Daniel and the Bible, however, gives you a better knowledge. In the Bible, however, it gives you a better knowledge of it than any other places. And the Holy Quran prophesies exact. Do not expect 10 more years. The fall will be within a few days. The so-called Negro must be stripped completely of this white man way of life, his name, and Christianity. The world of the scholars and scientists know that Christianity will not survive. They know that Islam is the only religion that will survive the destruction of this wicked civilization, of this wicked white man civilization. Self first. Self first. We, the black people in America, do not think for self first. Failing to think for self first is the greatest mistake we, the poor black people who are up from servitude, slavery, of the fathers can make. But for the slave master children, our failure to think for self first is brighter than anything their fathers could hardly dream of in a day in time. Self first. For 100 years, we the black people have not learned to think for self first. This is due to the fact that we tried to think something for the benefits of the slave master, something to make him smile at the free black slaves. Trying to win the love of the white slave master have been the black people's greatest mistake. Now it has become our greatest mistake. To have love for them white race means the fire of hell. That God is being heated up for both you who love the devil and the devil too. Do not blame this white slave master for your love and desire for them above your love and desire for Allah God who love you. While the white slave master, the devil does not love you. The devil nature will not let him love you. The white slave master is so full of deceits that he can deceive you and all others. The Bible teaches us. The Holy Quran refers to this white slave master, the devil, as the arch deceivers. As the deceivers, the devil has no equal. He is the professional, the wisest of all deceivers. So from the slave master preachers making parents up today, he is the professional, wisest deceivers of all of the civilizations of the earth. And he has deceived all of the civilizations of the earth. The Bible teaches you that he deceived the whole world. The white slave master, the devil, did not deceive us, the black people in America, alone. He had deceived every human being. Well, except the angels of heaven. The arch deceiver, the white man, had deceived the rebels that he has made. And this is why they will not accept Islam. They would rather go to hell with this white slave master, the devil, if the devil would just honor them as weapons that the devil has made. In the Bible, John and the Revelation sees the preachers and followers burning in hellfire with the devil, the white slave masters. See, I do not care how much you teach or tell the reverend that he is headed for hell and following the white slave masters, the devil. They ignore the warning for the sake of the honor of the white slave masters. But when you look into it, you see that this white slave master is not honoring the reverends. He is fooling him. The white slave master cares nothing about the reverends that he has made. And he thinks that the reverend is a fool for following him. It is written in the Bible, we teach the reverends against following the devil. The people who work as the devil's disciple are called reverend. The word reverend means to respect, but this is a false honor from the devil. And yet the reverends go still and will walk right into that lake of hellfire with the devil, as long as the devil call him reverend or father. Some of the devil's disciples are called father after the Pope, the chief father of Satan religion, Christianity. The Pope claimed in the Bible that he would sit in the side of the north and be like the Most High, Isaiah 14:13 and 14. And yet Allah God promised to pull him down to hell. Allah is going to pull him down real fast. The home of the Pope have gotten one of the worst beaten with pledge, snow, and ice. Enemy, the worst beatings that you ever could have imagined coming to the head of the church. This shows that Allah God, the supreme being, does not respect wrong, and his father, whom they call Pope. If it was a holy place, we would not expect to suffer the curse of nature. We who live in America live in a cursed country. America is a cursed country. America is a divine place of the exile for our enemy. And he promised to use America now for a lake of fire in which to burn all his enemies. The Indians, the first people who were sent to America, the Indian was also the enemies of Allah. Self first, the rebels are the enemies of their own black people. If the preacher do as this white slave master tell them to do, the white slave master killed them as he did Reverend Martin King Jr. But since they are the devil